What's up, comic book peeps? Welcome to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. And today we're going to be doing a part two, well, really part three of my raw and uncut footage, Walmart exclusive comic book haul. So these are actually hauls that I actually did during my raw and uncut series. I did a first video. Then I did a second video, which is a Walmart exclusive. And now I'm going to be showing you part three. But in part three is going to be my part two haul because in part one, I didn't actually do a haul. So before we do anything, let's get into our sponsor. And this episode of Direct Edition is brought to you by my Fake Darth Maul from China. And before we get into some comics or even get into, send some clips from, my raw and uncut footage, let me show you something cool. And here you have it. This is a FYE spotlight on movies. The spotlight is on Wonder Woman, and I thought this was pretty cool. And I definitely wanted to show you this. I picked it up for free from FYE. And you know how us comic book hoarders are. We, collect everything and, put it in bag and board and all that kind of stuff. So thought it was pretty cool, man. Definitely love the Wonder Woman movie. It's very cool. So you know how we do on this channel. Let's get into some clips. Very cool. Ooh, dang. $5. Really like this one though. Really like that one. Right on time for Halloween. Wow. Strangers. I love that movie. Wow. Love Halloween time. Pretty cool. Stop and refuel. Okay, so welcome back. Now, before we even start anything, before we get into some comics, let's look at some of my favorite movies. This is Resident Evil. I think it's one more movie after this I have to get, or maybe two more Resident Evils I have to get. And then we have Kill Bill. Just wanted to show you these before we get into the haul. Definitely love these movies, man. And what tripped me out about Resident Evil was I didn't even expect it to be that good. And it ended up being very good. Now, this is my movie right here. That Kill Bill with Uma Thurman. Oh my God, I ended up falling in love with Uma Thurman after those movies because I thought as Poison Ivy, I didn't think she did like a really good job. I felt like they could have gotten somebody else for her, Poison Ivy, because I've always been a huge Poison Ivy fan. I've always been a huge Batman fan. He's my second favorite superhero besides Wolverine. And Poison Ivy, I've always had a soft spot for her since the Batman animated series. So Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy, I have to balk. I have to balk on that. All right. So you know how we do. Let's get into some comics. Okay, so lately I've been trying to finish my Miss Marvel run, but I'm not talking about Miss Marvel like 1 through 30 or whatever. I'm talking about all my Greg Horn Miss Marvels. And so when you saw that video, raw uncut footage, that video was me actually trying to finish up my Greg Horn Miss Marvel run. I think I'm only missing one more book out of that run, maybe one or two. I have to look them up on the internet and see how many did Greg Horn do. But I'm not taking anything away from this book. This is Miss Marvel #1, Terry Dotson cover. No, 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 no. Frank Cho cover. I'm so sorry. Terry Dotson and Frank Cho, sometimes they draw very similar, but this does definitely look like a Frank Cho drawing. Uh, Very cool book, man, and I bought this off the shelf way back in the days. But I was bringing this #1 to you to segue into my Greg Horn run. So you ready? You ready for it? All right, let's do this Greg Horn run because it's going to take a minute. Okay, so as I was actually getting ready to show you guys this, I realized I'm missing about 3 to 4 Greg Horn cover books. But um, the first one is not a Greg Horn cover. It's Miss Marvel #8. You already know why this is very cool. This is Miss Marvel versus Rogue. Rogue is the one who stole her powers way back in the day, and that's how Rogue gained the ability to fly and the super strength because she held on to Miss Marvel too long, and she actually ended up absorbing Carol Danvers' powers. So the first Greg Horn cover is #12, which is very cool. I've shown you guys this in a video before, and yeah, so this is 8 and 12. #13, very cool cover holding Iron Man's helmet. #14, very cool cover. I definitely love this cover so much of #14 that I had to buy 2 #14s because I love that cover so much. I definitely love her versus Spider Woman. And like I said, Greg Horn is a very underrated artist. So let's keep going because I got more to show you. So that's 14. #15, her versus MODOK. And you know, sometimes when you're actually trying to complete a run and you go at it, if it's a lot of books like 1 through 30 that you're trying to get, or in my case 12 through like 32, I think Greg Horn drew the covers of, you'll actually end up doing this. I actually end up buying another #15 by mistake. And I mean, it's all good. I don't care, you know what I'm saying? It was only $1.25 at Second and Charles. If you allow my sexy fingers to interrupt your video, that would be my second copy right there. And that came from your latest video, which is raw and uncut footage. So very cool. I don't care. Number 15. So let's keep on going because we got a couple of Miss Marvels. So let's get it out of the way. So that's 15. #16. That is Miss Marvel versus Wonder Man. So what's that? 16. So I'm missing one of the holes, and I have a gap in this. I'm missing 17, but I have 18. Very cool cover. That is Sleepwalker and Wonder Man in the background. Sleepwalker was a very big superhero back in the 90s. He fell off, but you know what I'm saying? It's still nice to see him make an appearance. And as I was saying, these Greg Horn covers are absolutely beautiful. So we're missing 17, but we have 18. #19. I'm not sure if you pronounce her name Tigra or Tigra. I hear it pronounced both ways, but definitely love that cover, man. Look at all that action and goodness in it. Very beautiful. Like I said, Greg Horn is very underrated. But that is what? #19. #20. Looks like got like a clockwork orange kind of thing going on. But very cool cover. #20. I actually saw #21 when I looked it up on the internet. It's actually like a alien holding her up above his head, which is very cool. but I didn't actually get number 21, but I got number 22. So we're missing 17 and 21, but I have number 22. And this is a cool cover because it actually is like building blocks or building squares on some of her old outfits. You know, for one time she was known as Thunderbird, which is the original outfit right there. She was known as Thunderbird in that outfit. And also she was known as Binary. And Binary is when Chris Claremont got a hold to her in X-Men. Let me just show you Binary right quick. See, this is when Miss Marvel was Binary. So it's a very cool cover. I definitely love that number 22. Definitely love that Uncanny X-Men Binary. I've always been looking for that. And that Uncanny X-Men Binary I just got this year. And it's in beautiful shape. No spine ticks, no nothing. It's in the Mylar. I love me some Miss Marvel. So we have number 22. Let's keep going. Number 23, which looks like she's in the Eye of the Brood. I'm not sure if that's the Brood, the aliens, but I'm definitely going to crack this open. I just have a couple more books to get, and I'll have the complete run where I can actually read it as if it's a trade paperback. So I'm not going to read it until I get the whole collection, but this is a very cool number 23. So I'm missing 24, but we have 25, which is a cool Secret Invasion scroll cover. I picked up a bunch of the Secret Invasions recently, so because I didn't realize that Secret Invasion had a lot of cover swipes. So, you know, I'm a huge fan of cover swipes, so I definitely picked up a lot of the Secret Invasions. But this is Miss Marvel Secret Invasion number 25. So we're missing like four. We're missing what? 17 and one other number, and we also missing 24. So that's three books I'm missing so far under Greg Horn. But I'm gonna plug in those holes and definitely plug in those gaps. But that's a beautiful cover, number 25. Number 26, we have to figure out on this cover which one is the real Miss Marvel. I believe the one in the middle is a scroll duplicate. So very cool cover. You have Sleepwalker. I think that's Nick Fury and somebody else, and you also have Miss Marvel. I almost didn't think this was a Greg Horn cover because it looks a little different, but it's definitely a Greg Horn cover. So this is number 26. Number 27. Very beautiful cover. I love that cover. Number 27. Number 28. Very good cover, man. That's her versus a Super Scroll. Super Scroll, and you can actually see Thor's hammers, Beast arm. You can actually see Colossus back in arm. You can also see Wolverine's claws. So that's a very cool cover. So that is number 28. And this is my favorite Greg Horn Miss Marvel cover for some reason. I've always liked this cover. This is number 29. If I run across number 29 again, I'm going to pick it up again and again and again. And all these books are dollar books, which is a shame because these covers are so gorgeous. But so this is number what? 29, my favorite cover. And the last one I'm going to show you is number 30. And that will complete my Greg Horn Miss Marvel run for right now until I plug in the holes and plug in the gaps of the three that I'm missing. Very cool, my brothers and sisters. And before I put them up, let's take another cool look at this Miss Marvel run. So that's Frank Cho cover for number 1. Man, these covers are so freaking beautiful. I don't know why they're still in dollar bins, but I definitely love these. All right. In the recent in the recent months, I've just became Such a huge Greg Horn fan, and you can see obviously why. These covers are to die for. All right, let's get into some more comics. Okay, so right off the bat, when I was in Second and Charles last time, I saw this. This is Ghost Rider number 1.5. This is the funny thing about this book is this is so old school. This came with what happened was Wizard magazine actually had a coupon that you would mail in, or like a postcard that you would mail in, and once you mailed it in with your address and everything on it, they would send you this comic book. And I thought it was very cool. That's a straight shot in the arm to the '90s. In the '80s, kids don't have to do that anymore, like mail out letters and stuff like that. That's so barbaric. Putting a stamp on something, especially now that you have emails and stuff like that. But basically, this was a send a postcard back, and you get the comic book. And what made me absolutely grab it was not only that cool front cover, but on the back of it, it has a certificate of authenticity. And if you allow my 60 fingers to interrupt your video, we're going to go ahead and read it. What does it say? It actually says, the Ghost Rider 1.5 is available only through special mail away offer. Wizard Comic Magazine number 119. Each copy is a part of amended. I'm sorry, a limited edition, which is distributed special through Wizard. So once I seen this certificate of authenticity, I definitely had to pick up this Ghost Rider. So I thought it was very cool. So yeah, there you have it. And you know that El Cheapo definitely loves his free stuff, and this is a Marvel sampler. And look who actually ended up drawing that front cover. That's actually another Greg Horn cover. Like I said, in the past month or so, I've realized how much of a Greg Horn fan I actually am. Greg Horn and Art Germ, they're very similar, and I definitely love their styles. They remind me a lot of Greg Land, which is a more realistic type of drawing. It almost looks computerized. It's so beautiful. So definitely love this Marvel sampler cover, and I can't wait to just go ahead and crack this open and see what's on the inside because it features 6 books. So very cool. And here's another free book that I picked up. This is The Origins of Siege. And if you watch, a couple of my videos when I was in the actual comic book shop, Arcade Comics, I put together for Adam a huge Siege run. So definitely going to start picking up some of those Siege books. I definitely need the book where the Sentry killed Ares. That's like one of the most gruesome killings I've ever seen. He just literally ripped him in half, and that caused Thor to go into his warrior mode or the madness mode, where Thor and the Sentry just kind of went at it, and it was very cool, man. So definitely like this book. Definitely like Siege. Definitely like my Dark Avengers. Cool Loki, Norman Osborn cover, and yeah. And so we're at the point of the video where you ask me, hey, Fred Hall, Direct Edition, what are you reading right now? And I hate to show you stuff twice, but I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm not going to pull out another hardcover just to make it seem like I've gotten past this book. I'm still reading The Trial of Captain America, and that's Bucky Cap on the front cover. And I really, really like this book, man. The artwork is awesome. It's just a very, very cool book. So here's a cool look at the front of the book. And here's a cool look at the back of the book. Bucky Cap, Winter Soldier. Very cool, man. Definitely love my Trial of Captain America. All right, now that I've shown you that, you know what time it is. Let's get into your main events. And the reason why I got a little tongue tied is because I was gonna give you like two main events, but hell, let's just go ahead and give you three main events because I've been on a roll. So let's give you three. All right, you ready? Let's go. For your first main event, man. For your first main event, I've seen a lot of Looney Tune covers, but you guys know I'm a huge fan of Emerald Twilight, which is when Hal Jordan actually went crazy and became Parallax. And man, wow, when I saw this cover with Martian the Manhunter, or is it Marvin? It's Marvin the Martian. I'm sorry. When I saw this cover with Marvin the Martian, I absolutely, I absolutely flipped. And of course, Adam eBayed it, and we ended up finding out that this book goes for a lot more than the cover price. But man, this cover is so sick, man. So I got it to go with my Emerald Twilight book that I'm definitely going to get when I run across it. And I also got it because I wanted it to go with this. There you go. How you like that? Wow, that is so cool, man. So I definitely have to get that Emerald Twilight. I think it's like book two. That's a cover that these two are cover swipes from. Very cool, man. I was glad to pick this up, and man, I really tell you this comic book is probably up there with one of my favorite covers. I'll probably put it in the top 30 because I love that cover so much with Marvin the Martian and his dog on the front cover of Green Lantern. So that's main event number one. And so main event number two will be Batman Europa. I'm not sure how many parts are in this. Oh, this is one of four. But the cool thing about this is it's actually is a Jim Lee sketch cover, and it actually goes for about $15. Starts off at $15 online. I definitely eBayed it as soon as I picked it up, and I definitely love this book, man. Just look at all that cool Jim Lee-ish. And they actually had a director's cut, and the director's cut is actually not as much as this book. This book is actually more expensive than the director's cut. I like this book because, you know what I'm saying, kind of reminded me of this book. It reminded me a lot of this Superman Unchained director's cut, which I got for $1. So very cool, man. Definitely glad to have this Batman Europa in my collection. You know, I'm actually end up going after the other three books if I see them at a good price. So yeah, that's your second main event. Let's get into your third main event. And your last main event would be Batman the Dark Knight number three. This would be the first appearance of the White Rabbit. I bought it for $5, which is basically what it goes for on eBay. You know, it goes for like 5 up to 8. So I didn't buy two copies because right now this book is kind of like stagnant at $5. But I definitely wanted the first appearance of the White Rabbit just to have it, you know, because I bought like 3 Mr. Blooms. And I just wanted to have it because, you know, I do like White Rabbit. And in case if they do anything with her, I know this book will skyrocket. So maybe later on I'll buy a second copy because the second copy that I did see, it had a huge spine tick. So it wasn't worth it. But this one was definitely worth it. It's a very beautiful copy, David Finch cover. And wow, definitely glad to have this in my collection. And so, once again, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. You guys be safe out there, and I will catch you guys and girls later. Remember, words of wisdom, focus on the ones that show you love, and on the ones that don't show you love, we're just going to keep it moving without them. You guys be safe out there. Peace! Be sure to check out my latest video, Raw Footage Part 2, the Walmart edition. You guys be safe out there. Peace.